Yo guys, and today we've got my 2021-22 Premier League prediction video. Sorry about the lighting, my lights broke. I don't know what's happened there, but yeah, great to have it back, the football back, with the fans back, Watford back in the Prem. This could be, touch wood, the best season ever, hopefully. Let's get straight into this. So, in 20th, I've gone with Norwich. They have talent. Timo Pukki, Campbell. They've got talent. Players like Timo Pukki, Campbell. I'm very impressed they've kept hold of Campbell, to be fair. But it's kind of stereotypical as it sounds. They're Norwich. It's tough. They haven't stayed up since 2013. I can't really see them. I just can't see them doing that well. 20th, Norwich. In 19th, I've gone with Burnley. Alright, now, Burnley usually mid-table, boring team. In 2018, they did get Europe finishing 7th, but they're struggling. They're struggling with their owners. They're not very rich, and to be fair, they never have. I think they've only got like 400 million for owners for the Premier League. That's nothing. And I just feel like Dyche is clinching onto that Premier League. And I think this year is where it's going to slip. That's my opinion, that Burnley could struggle this year. And I think Palace will as well. They've got Wilfred Zaha. They've got Eze. Two phenomenal players. They've lost Roy Hodgson, their manager. I'm not 100%. I don't think Patrick Vieira is going to cut it in the Prem. I don't think he's going to be good enough, but I've said it now, so he probably will. But no, I just don't. I think Zaha is really, like Sean Dyche at Burnley, Zaha is really carrying that team now. Eze's a good player, but not really sure on the team anymore. And Patrick Vieira, I'm not 100% sure there. 17th, so Palace to go down. So I think then that's quite controversial, but 17th, I've gone with Southampton. They've got a very good player in Ward-Prowse. Obviously, Ralph Hasenhüttl. They've lost two 9-0s in a row, but they've bounced back. Ralph Hasenhüttl knows what it's like to struggle. They've been there and done that. Do you know what I mean? But so I think they're gonna struggle without Danny Ings, 100%. But I reckon they'll stay up because they've been through worse times, you know what I mean? 16th, I've gone with Brighton. They're just always around that area. I think the highest they finish is like 15th and the lowest they finish is 17th. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're not going to get relegated. I really don't see that, but yeah, 16th because they're Brighton. 15th, I've gone with Brentford. How they've kept on to Ivan Toney. How? There's one day technically until their first game of the season. I think the transfer window is 31st of August, but how they've kept hold onto him, I do not know. Mbeumo, I think, is a very underrated player. I think bigger teams should be interested in him as well. I think Raya, their goalie, I think he'll cut in the Prem. But yeah, I reckon Brentford can do well this season. 15th. Now 14th, I've gone with my club Watford. I reckon we can stay up. Oh, I'm going to be honest, I'm so going to jinx it now, but our front three is frightening. I'm just going to say it now. Hyungbo, he's a young player who I think he could cut it in the Prem this season. He's really looking like he could do it. We've got Cucho Hernandez, we've still got Sarr on the right. We've got Josh King, who we've just signed. That front four, maybe like Hyungbo left, Sarr right, Josh King up front with Cucho in behind. That's a dangerous front four really. I still think the defence, Batman I reckon is a good goalie. The two centre backs, Sirial was good, Troost-Ekong isn't. But I like Messina and Firmino. I think that's a good team. And the midfield, I'm liking the signing Loser. I think he's really good. His name doesn't really sound great, but I reckon that's a good signing. So yeah, I reckon we could come 14th. In 13th, I've gone with West Ham. They're a very good team. Did very well last year. Proved me wrong. However, they've got Europe, and that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a much tougher season this season. Um, they haven't got Jesse Lingard as well. I reckon they're gonna struggle with Europe. 13th is Newcastle. I like Newcastle. I think Callum Wilson's a brilliant striker. I really reckon he's gonna thrive this season. He's gonna do well this season. Ryan Fraser, obviously Alex and Maximin. I like Dubravka as a keeper. See the Longstaff brothers. Got some good players, and I reckon they can come 12th. 11th, I've gone with Aston Villa. Got good players. Ollie Watkins, really good striker. I was questioning if he could cut it next season in the Prem. 100% did. Martinez, I don't know why Arsenal sold him. He's much better than Leno, much better. And he's still there. Obviously, they've lost Grealish, but they've brought in Danny Ings. It came up it wasn't even a rumour 5 minutes before it was announced. What a signing! And that's why I've got Southampton to come 17th. They've lost their star man to Aston Villa, who's not a rival, but it's a Premier League team. What were they thinking? No much. If I was Danny Ings, okay, yes, he's not really worth 100 million, but if you're going to sell him to another Premier League club, you're looking at that price. Because he's a star striker, you sold him to Aston Villa. I still think they'll struggle. If they kept Jack Grealish, I reckon they could have got Europe. I reckon they could have got 7th, but that's going to be a huge loss. But I still reckon they can come 7th. In 10th, I've gone with Arsenal. Arsenal to come 10th. They've done really well to keep Smith Rowe. Obviously, Aubameyang up front just isn't what has happened to Arsenal. What has happened? 10th sounds ridiculous, but if you look at last season, I'm saying that's a fair prediction. I don't know what's happened to them. Yes, they've got players like Smith Rowe, Saka, really good players who are coming in, but this season, I don't see them anywhere near Europe. That's just how it is. They're not getting Europe. 10th. Straight up. 9th, I've gone with Wolves. I think I should have predicted them to come lower, if I'm honest. They relied too much on Raul Jimenez last season. They lost Diego Jota. Big loss for them. And then they lost Raul to injury. Very, very glad that he's back playing football. Like, that was an awful head injury. But seeing back is fair play to him to fight that off. But they've lost Nuno. I'm not sure who their manager is now. Probably should check. But Patricia in goal is good. I think they've done well to keep Cody. Neves they've still got a decent team, but I don't know. I think Nuno is going to be a huge loss in 9th. That's just my prediction. 9th. Still a good place though, I think. 8th, I've gone with Everton. Lost Carlo Ancelotti. Got Rafa Benitez. I think he's a good manager. I think Carlo Ancelotti's maybe a downgrade from Ancelotti, but I think he's a very good manager. He kind of got Newcastle out of the mud under Steve McLaren. Yes, they did end up getting relegated, but he made them a pretty much average Premier League team now, mid-table. And I reckon Everton to come 8th. Obviously, Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, got Pickford in goal. Still got a really good team. 8th Everton. 7th, the team who I predicted to get relegated last season, Leeds. Wow, I was so wrong last season. Bielsa, what a manager. He puts them through intense training. They work hard, and hard work beats talent. I reckon they could possibly do better. They are kind of inconsistent. They do lose a lot of games that they probably should win, but they beat a lot of good teams. And I reckon this season, their goal maybe was to stay up last season. Now I think they should be going for Europe, go all out. I reckon they could do well this season. I do really like Leeds, just how hard they work. the football they play. I like Bielsa. Yeah, they've kept on to really good players who, again, I'm surprised they're not talked about. Going to a bigger club like Calvin Phillips. I think their keeper was one of the most clean sheets. Kept one of the most clean sheets. I think he was up there at least. Patrick Bamford, that Rodrigo, really really good team. Yeah, and they've kept hold of him without even anyone interested in them. I'm shocked at that. Fair play. Sixth, I've gone with Leicester. Very good team. Jamie Vardy, obviously Yuri Tielemans has stayed. Kasper Schmeichel. They've kept pretty much their best players. I can't think of much players they've signed, but they haven't sold anyone big, so I could just see them staying around that sixth mark. Still a good season though. Fifth, I've gone with Spurs. Nuno, I think that's a big signing, and I think it depends what happens with Harry Kane actually. Obviously the transfer window closed on the 31st. I preferred it when it closed like the day or two before the season started, because you don't really have to worry about transfers whilst the games are playing. But I reckon even if they keep Harry Kane, they could push for top four. I reckon they'll come fifth. But they got a good squad. Fourth, I've gone with Chelsea. Now, obviously, they've got a phenomenal team. Thomas Tuchel in charge, Werner up front, Ziyech, Kai Havertz. Obviously, Kepa played brilliantly in that penalty shootout. I'm a big fan of Kepa. I can't lie. I do really like. There's something about Kepa that I really like as a goalie. He's young. There's just something there that I've always liked about Kepa. And I really hope one day he shows his true potential. But they've got a really good team. It's just the fact that Liverpool, United and City in the league, they're just too good. I think, as stupid as it sounds. But Chelsea haven't signed anyone, but they haven't sold anyone. I think that's the perfect right choice. You need them. You don't want to bring anyone else in. Obviously, you don't want to lose your best players. You don't want anyone else in either. You need that team to gel. And I think Thomas Tuchel has done a really good job. And maybe they could push for the title. Maybe they could. I think he's done a really good job there. But yeah, fourth for now. In third, I've gone with Liverpool. Alright. Again, I can't really think of much players they've brought in. Obviously, they haven't lost anyone big. Still got Alisson, Van Dijk. They were very unlucky to their injury last season. Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, pretty much the whole back line was gone. Gutted, that's quite gutting for them. But they're back now. But Man United and Man City just look too good. I think it's going to be another Man United City title race. I think this year's going to be a lot closer. But I just don't see Liverpool competing there. I think they'll come third. And in second, I've gone with Man United. So City to win the league. They've signed Man City have signed Jack Grealish. They've not lost anyone big. Obviously, Ruben Diaz at the back was incredible for them last season. I just can't see them slipping away. Man United have obviously upgraded. I think Cavani was putting really well there. I think Cavani just gelled in really well there. Obviously, they've signed Jadon Sancho. What a signing. But I just feel like if Man City adding Jack Grealish to their team, and I know they haven't really signed a striker, but you know what Pep's like. He'll probably invert Sterling into a striker or something. He'll do his magic. And I reckon City will win the league. And it'll be between, United and City. But City will do it. United's come second. I've put the exact same four there. But I just don't see it changing, personally. I think City will win the league. Maybe Chelsea might overlap Liverpool. I don't know. Maybe Chelsea could win the league. But that's how I think it will be. I'm a big fan of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think, like I said, bringing in Jadon Sancho is a really, really good addition. But I don't know. It's just I just still don't think they're good enough to compete with Man City to win the league. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's 38 games. I think they're doable. They're good enough to beat Man City on their day, but I think Man City will win the league. So yeah. Palace, Burnley and Norwich. Palace and Burnley, I think it's quite controversial. Burnley have spent, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This will be their 6th year in the Prem. Palace, this will be their 9th. No, 8th, sorry, 8th. So obviously they're two very consistent teams, but it's a very competitive league. Obviously, Brentford still having hold of Ivan Toney and Mbeumo and all them lot. I think they could stay up and compete in this league. I reckon we can as well. The league's getting more and more competitive, hence why Arsenal are slipping down and kind of Wolves a bit. Yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? And I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. Please tell me who you think will win the league, who will go down. Yeah. If you disagree with me, don't necessarily dislike or give me hate. Just tell me what you think in the comments below. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.